Hi, good evening. My name is Francis Chin. I'm the coordinator for the 72-hour film shootout with the Film Lab. Uh, I'll put my picture up here, contact info. Uh, in previous years, I've actually been a competitor in the 72-hour film shootout for a number of years, and so this is my first year actually coordinating the competition. And so I welcome you today to find out more about the competition and about how the whole process works, about how to compete and strategies in um, making your film in 72 hours. So I am going to play two short videos, 30 seconds. This first one will be just about what the shot is by itself. So the 72-hour film shootout is an annual filmmaking competition. The whole purpose of the competition is to get Asian Pacific Americans into filmmaking, into the filmmaking in whatever capacity. It's starting out, maybe get on the route to become a professional in whatever craft, um, in actually editing or shooting or acting, whatever particular talent you may have, to get Asian Pacific Americans involved into filmmaking. This will be our 20th year that we'll be doing this. I like to think that we have done our part to get people into the industry, and I hope that you will find this to be fun and also a fun way to get into actual making films, and also to get to actually be on the pathway to to improve your art. So the number of any size team can be entered into the competition. We've had one-person teams. We've had as many as like 25 people on the team, depending on what was going on in their movie. So team members can have multiple roles. They can act. They can also be filmmakers. They can also edit the film. Any other particular aspect of the movie. So they're not constricted to one role in the production. If you happen to be like a SAG-AFTRA or another craft union member, um, the individual movie needs to be cleared by the union. We can't get a general clearance from the union for all competitors. So if you have a SAG member or a union member, they need to clear it with the union so that they can participate in the production. And so that'll be between your production, your team, and the union, and not us and the competition and the union. Where you could be anywhere in the world. Submissions are done through the internet. My team's actually been known to have people all over the world. I'm based in New York, but I have in the past years I've had people based in Philadelphia and a couple people based in Asia. I have one friend that kind of goes around different parts of Asia, and so we've actually had productions where we've shot both here in the U.S. and also in a foreign country. This next 30-second clip will be like some of the stuff that my team's actually shot, and these are real shots from real entries into the competition. Okay, so why do you want to be in this competition? Obviously to expand your skills and have opportunity to exercise those things. But there's also physical stuff too. We have prizes. There's cash prizes. There's mentorships with various industry professionals. The they'll be shown at a film competition, a film festival called the New York International Film Festival in New York, the week of August 1st to the 11th. We also have the film also has a cable TV show on it's called Current TV. The show is called Film Lab Presents. It's on Comcast and Xfinity. Also, we have a YouTube channel where all the completed entries will also be posted on our YouTube channel. The Film Lab also does other stuff during the year. That we do open readings of new scripts. We are producing a couple of movies, full productions of movies. We're also pretty active in different artistic organizations in the New York City area. The entry fees, right now we are in the regular entry fee. If you register by May 1st, it's $50. The late entry is by June 1st, $75. And if you register at the opening, at the beginning, the launch party, it'll be at $100. So the launch party will be on June 6th, on Thursday, June 6th at 8 p.m. There's a secret theme that has to be incorporated in the movie. Usually it's something involving the Asian Pacific American community. 72 hours later, you have to submit your movie on Sunday, June 9th by 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then, as I said before, the premiere will be the top 10 and the individual awards will be shown at the New York Asian American International Film Festival, which will be sometime between August 1st and 11th. They haven't scheduled our date yet, but we will, when that will be. Okay. So anybody have any questions about any of those basics about the competition? You can feel free to we do have a small group, so you feel free to just go ahead and ask a question, or you can put it in the chat if you prefer to put it in the chat. How many of you have already registered? How many of you have participated in this before? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the second part of the presentation. I just talk about the basics of the competition. I'm going to go kind of through, especially if you've never done this before, what's the timeline, kind of the basic things that you kind of need to have, and what you should be thinking about. Obviously, you're not going to be able to, this is I'm not going to be able to talk about actual, all the aspects of filmmaking, but I'm going to talk about what the stuff that's particular to this competition and how to try to get your film done in 72 hours. Okay, so once you've registered, this is the time where you should be planning and getting stuff together before the time it starts for the 72 hours. There's plenty of time to figure about getting other team members, get them signed up. If you need to have any children, you need to get parents' permission. If they were, like I said before, if they were union members, they need to get union clearances to participate in your project. Assemble the equipment and resources you may need to have that you don't have on hand. Find filming locations where you can film, either inside or outside, and also you're allowed to use pre-recorded music in the competition. So I've actually composed or played music that I recorded during the 72 hours, but you also allowed to use, I've also used um, um, other pre-recorded music. There's a number of places we can find um, uh, cleared music that you could use. Then you have to find those before the competition begins, because it's obviously not everybody has the ability to have a composer available on the team. Okay, so video equipment. I don't know what your experience was. Or you can use anything from my cell phone to if you want to if you happen to have a broadcast camera, that's great. Most people I know, I don't know if you can see this. Most people have like either a digital SLR or mirrorless camera. The thing that it's not a big deal for our competition because the movie's only 5 minutes, but digital SLRs or mirrorless still cameras only record 30 minutes at a time, so that might be an issue if that's not going to be an issue for your 5 minute movie, but it may be an issue for longer things. Or you can also use like a prosumer type of camcorder like this. This is a Canon. If you're really fancy, you can have like a red camera or access to that. Any camera, any type of video or film is fair game. I just realized that you're going to have to upload the final movie in HD format and in digital format at the end of the competition. So you're gonna have to figure out how to get it from whatever format the raw clips you got to the final video. So if you happen to have your own, if you happen to have your own 8mm camera or 35mm camera film, like negative camera, that's totally possible if you can get it all developed, but you still have to get it digitized. So the vast majority of people are probably going to use a digital camera. Also, we've had entries that were animation. They are acceptable, but they have to all of the animation has to be drawn or composed within the 72-hour period. You can't use any pre-made items, graphical items before the 72 that were made before the 72-hour period. With a note about audio. Oftentimes audio is actually more important than the video. Pe people are willing to accept some, video that is, not perfect, but any audio that is scratchy or distracting is an automatic turn off for a lot of people, and they don't find that acceptable. So they need to be clear, static free, and not have a lot of background noise. So it's very important to get the mic really close to who is speaking. There's a lot of strategies. You can use an attached microphone. Usually the built-in microphones in camera equipment are usually pretty bad. So you probably want to get some sort of extra microphone. You can use the traditional microphone. A lot of them use like a 1/8 inch connector that hooks up into it. You could also use a wireless microphone. They have those dedicated mic packs like the Rhodes, or you can get Bluetooth if you're using a phone. You should always definitely try all the stuff ahead of time before the competition to make sure it works and you understand how it works. Particularly with Bluetooth or wireless. Sometimes the voice will lag behind the audio if it's out of sync. So you need to figure that out ahead of time. Another option is also to record the audio separate from the video and then hook it and edit it together. You can use a digital recorder. I don't have it right here, but I have a Zoom digital recorder that you can use. Or if you want to do this with the stuff you have, the voice recorder app on your phone is perfectly good. Both the iPhone one records in stereo, and so is Android. Oftentimes you can just they're just as good as a digital recorder sometimes. Okay, let's see. Okay, how do you work as a team with an actor? Um, there, there, there are two ways. Do we, if you have a team already, then you can post on it on social media. We posted on social media when you apply. The application has a thing where you have your social handles, and then there's a message you can put in your message that you are seeking team members. So you can do that. You can also attend the launch party at on the 6th, and you can find people there for teammates as well, who have teams at the launch party. Okay. A thing that's often overlooked are the cables and the batteries. Um, Oftentimes these things have different batteries and cables, and sometimes they're hard to find if you somehow run out of it, or like you need to find a replacement battery. That's kind of very difficult to find in 72 hours. So make sure you have all the cables and adapters that you need. If you're on location, you want to think about having some extension cords, because you never have enough outlets to plug in stuff. If you totally have no access to power, especially if you're shooting outside, you definitely need batteries and spares on hand. Also, you need storage. Most, most phones have onboard storage. Androids usually have like micro SD slots. Like your full size digital SLR will have like a full size SD card. Make sure you have the right one, and also make sure you have the adapter so you can actually then download the file off the card and onto your computer. Those are often things that are kind of overlooked. Most micro SD cards are sold with an adapter so that it will work on SD card slot. So those are always used to have on hand as well. Again, make sure the stuff works before you start the competition. So you understand where to put the slots. Sometimes the SD cards only go one way, but oftentimes you need to know which way to put it in. So those are all good information to know before the competition, if you've never used, if you just got the equipment for the first time, or if this is the first experience that you have with using the equipment. Lighting is actually is often overlooked as well. In the 5 minutes, it's usually you want to use sunlight as where you can. The best situation is an overcast clouds, because then you can often shoot most of the day outside without too much trouble. Otherwise, you're looking for the golden hours. It's like about 2 hours after sunrise, or 2 hours before sunset. So you definitely want to avoid midday, because it tends to be very contrasty, very harsh, harsh shadows, unless that's what you're looking for in your film. But just be aware that will be the case, and it'll be hot if it's that sunny. Indoors, you should definitely have more light than you think you need. You should think to have more than one light source. In addition to the actual room lighting, you may want to think about extra lamps. You may want to think about having studio lamps if you happen to have them, or if you're familiar with the LED lights you have with for Zoom meetings, like LED lights. Like I have one right here. I'll get the screen. I have one right here. Those actually work pretty well, and since they're USB powered, you can actually power them using a power bank, and so that way you can place the light wherever you want without having to worry about where the outlet is. Also, you want to pick consistent colors. That basically two, and without getting into the whole science of lighting, there's basically two colors. There's basically sunlight whites and warm whites. Warm whites tend to be kind of more, yellowy, orangey colors. It's kind of a warm, welcoming type of color. Um, the LED lights tend to be sunlight. They tend to look very white, white light. The most important thing is not to mix the two types of lights together, which sometimes happens if you have like incandescent bulbs or you have LED, room lights that are or warm lights, and then you bring in LED lights that happen to be daylight colored, and then so those two lights would clash in color. Video editing programs. Some entry-level free stuff. Mac comes with iMovie, perfectly serviceable. Windows, things I guess in the last couple of months it's kind of been tossed up. Microsoft used to come with Windows Movie Maker or Microsoft Video Editor. In the last 2 months, they replaced it with another program called Clipchamp, which is kind of a limited program. So it's only really good for putting kind of like clips together. It's not as powerful as Movie Maker or even iMovie. So, but you should, if you want to go that route, make sure you try it out and see if you can get by with the free version of Clipchamp without having to pay extra for it. On the professional level, there are three main programs. Adobe Premiere is like the most popular. If you happen to be a student, the student licenses are very affordable actually. So you should check into that. DaVinci Resolve is free. You can't really beat free, and it's also a professional program. And if you have a Mac, Final Cut Pro has been like the standout program on the Mac platform. Again, you should try out, if you've never used these programs before, you should definitely try it out. Take a few shots, a few clips, and try to put a short thing together, like a 1-minute thing together, and see how everything works, how the editing controls are used, figure out how to do transitions, figure out how to like save your finished file into an MPEG-4 movie. Okay. All right. So this is what happens on the day of the night of the competition. There's a theme party. If you are in New York, we definitely want you to come to our launch party. There's giveaways by our sponsors. You get to meet other competitors, and like if you're trying to try to pick up extra people to act or participate or crew for your team. That's the place to pick them up. At 8 o'clock, the theme will be announced. And then you're off to the races. So you need to huddle with your team. There's definitely different strategies in terms of like how you want to plan out what you want to do. Some people like an outline. Some people are more visual. They like storyboards. Some people are more literary and they want to go straight to dialogue and like kind of work things out. Some people are actually really good at improving, and so maybe they just want to like figure out the situations that they want to have, and then talk generally what the improv theme would be, and then they make up dialogue in the situation once they get on location. Then what you want to do is you need to make a shot list. You need to figure out which clips you need to have to make up your movie, and where you need to be to take to film those shots. You want to think about is it going to be outside or inside? Is it going to be all these scenes are going to be in one place? You want to shoot all the scenes are in one place at one time, and then move on to the next location. So that way, that way you don't have to like go back and forth and set up more than once to go to different locations. You just need to try to optimize your travel time and the setup time to get all the shots that you need in one location before moving on to the next spot. Okay, so that was Friday, the Thursday night to Friday. Friday, depending on if you took the day off on Friday or if you have, you're still writing, you may not start shooting until Friday afternoon. But if you're really good, you can have all those shots planned out, and then you can shoot on Friday through Saturday. You need to think about the weather. If the weather is not going to be the same on Friday and Saturday or Saturday, you want to think about shooting all the shots in a particular location on one of the 2 days. Or if you need the consistent weather for both days, for a particular location, for all locations, you want to pick which day, Friday or Saturday, that you're going to shoot, so that they all look the same. Or again, if you want a different, weather, lighting, weather contrast, and that's the thing you think about as well. You want to think about travel time, setting up. You remember we're all human. We need food and drink. Especially if you're spending the whole day shooting. You want to think about how you're going to carry all your equipment from one place to the other. Transportation. If the trains are running. If I'm a New York centric person in my shooting, so I always had to worry about, is the subway running, where we're going on Saturday, because they always do construction on Saturdays. You also need to think about, someone needs to be keeping track of all the stuff that's being shot. Depending on how the size of your team, it may be you. It might be better if someone else was available. You have to figure out how to get your footage back to your editing team. As I said before, I had international team, and so I had some team members in the US and some team members in Asia, and so I was able to arbitrage the time difference. I was able to shoot some stuff and then send it over to the team in the part of the team in Asia, and then they did editing while we were sweeping, and then we can, and vice versa. They could be shooting over there, and then they'd send it up to us in the US and edit as well. And it's also the time to think about thinking about music and sounds and things that you want to include in the video, in your film. Oftentimes there's a whole thing called Foley, which is oftentimes the sound that's naturally recorded may not be the sound that may be expected. If someone's watching the video, you may need to amplify it. You may need to re-record it so that it's more, the sound's more distinct. I had one movie where we were eating sandwiches, and we put a mic up so to get the sound of chewing on the sandwich, so that was actually recorded. That couldn't be picked up by the video by shooting from the camera by itself, but we had to put a separate recording where we'd actually recorded those sounds, so that they were much more audible. So okay, so now we're at Saturday night to Sunday. Is all the post-production stuff. You got to edit, you're going to review it, and repeat as many times as you need to. You need to put. Oftentimes, I because all my team members were not all in the same place. Oftentimes, I would make a long version, make some edits, and then I would just render that in a low resolution version, and email it, or we had a private Facebook group, and we shared the video through there, and we had team members give their feedback. Just remember that you can share with your team members. You can't share with your non-team members, because only the team members can participate in making the film. So definitely, if you have actors or or other team members who want to or able to give feedback, that's perfectly fair game, but not other people. There are three required elements that have to be in the film. There's a title card. The title card would have your name, the name of the team, the name of the movie, and how long is the movie, and how many minutes and seconds is the movie. Then that's followed by 10 seconds of black. Those two things don't count against your 5 minutes, the 5 minute timer. And then at the end of the movie and your credits, you need to put this one sentence as part of your credits. This film was made possible in part by the support of the 72-hour film shootout presented by the Film Lab, www.film-lab.org. So that needs to appear in your credits. Okay. Okay, and so the deadline is 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Time. You gotta understand how much time you need before the deadline to make everything happen. You need to reserve enough time so that you can render the video and also upload it to upload so you can send it. Give some settings here about how with the file format that's recommended. These are the settings that work for me, I think, and they're very standard. You save it in the HD 1080p format. The codec should be H.264. AAC is the audio codec. In the file format, it can be MP4. Is very standard format. 30 or 60 frames per second at a 10 megabits bit rate. You can set it lower, you can set it higher, you can set it higher, but it'll increase the size of the file, which make it take longer for it to render and upload. So if you're in a time crunch, you may want to consider reducing the bit rate. If your computer needs to lower the bit rate so you can process it quicker, that's kind of the decision you need to make. That's why you should have kind of a buffer before the deadline so you can figure out how long that will take. You want to set the maximum loudness, audio level, -6 dB. That's a pretty standard level, so that way it doesn't overpower the speakers. And then once you're done, you're going to need to upload using a private non-public download link. There's a number of choices. If you're a member of Vimeo, you can use Vimeo to upload and download the video. Make sure that's a private link. You can use any cloud sharing service that that can offer a private link. It could be Dropbox, it could be file download, it could be Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive. Whatever you have available is fine, as long as you have a private link, and make sure that the link works after you do the upload before, so that the link will actually work. And then you're going to email shootout@film-lab.org with the signed team documents. The team documents are the team leader document, which has who the team leader is, and which you would have filled it out when you registered online. And then the roster of the team members. The roster of the team members has the name, the contact information, their role, whether an actor or director, filmographer, what have you, and they have releases as well. Releases as well for the team members that they give permission to appear in your film. If you have any children in your film, they also have to have a release from a parent or guardian. and also, of course, the video link to your movie. Okay. Once you're submitted, then there's the waiting game. So between June 9th and the awards giving out at the film festival, there should be no public video links or showings until the announcement of the winners in August. That being said, you can post behind the scenes pictures. Feel free to do that. You can post on social media. Please tag us. We love to see all of the effort all the effort behind the scenes that you had making your film. Okay, so then it's showing at the Asian American International Film Festival on August 1 to 11th. We'll let you know when the exact date when the showing will be. We'll show the top 10 videos and clips from the individual award winners. There'll be both team prizes and also individual awards. Team prizes will be distributed to the team leader, and then it will be up to the team leader to they usually a number of items that are given. It's up to the team leader to figure out who will get to use the awards, the prizes. That's totally up to the discussion of the team. Afterwards, after we announce who won, all the top 50 or so will be shown on most of all the entries will be shown on the YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel, Asian American Film Lab. We have a cable TV channel, a show called Film Lab Presents, that's available on Comcast and Xfinity. And you, of course, may show once the prizes have been given out, you may post or show your video on social media or anywhere else you want to show it. Okay. So anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot of information. So please feel free to enter in the chat, or you can unmute your mic and feel free to ask any questions. Can I ask? Yes, go ahead.
Quick
Go ahead,
question. So other than joining the, like a launch party, is there any places that you can find team and stuff like that?
We can pass your name to other competitors, and if you let us do that, we can share your name with other competitors and see if you have you registered already, or are you interested in just joining a team?
I haven't registered because I'm not sure like if I can join a team that's interesting. But I'm interested in joining, and if I do, then I'm willing to register.
Okay, all right. Okay, so yeah, we can if you let us give us permission, we can share your name to other competitors and see, and they can contact you.
Sure. How does that work?
You can just put your name in the chat, right? Or you can email me. Let me just put my contact information up there. You can just email shootout at film-lab.org.
Or just put it in chat?
Yeah, it's on the screen. Oh yeah, you could.
Got it. Yeah, I'm like looking for people, and if there is any opportunity, I would like to, but I don't want to register if I like don't have a team. So because I'm an actor.
Okay. Okay.
But
are you based in where are you based in?
Manhattan.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so please email shootout at film-lab.org, and we'll share your info.
Thank you.
Anybody say any questions? Okay, so if there's no further questions, my contact information is up here. the contact information for the competitions up here. I get all the email from Shootout, the Shootout email, so I'll definitely respond to you quickly if you do have a question. We will also post this, post my presentation on our YouTube channel as well, so that you can go back to it if you want to refer to it as well. So so thank you for taking the time out to for the info session today, and I hope to see what you make this year. Take care now.